Hi guys, Andy here with Authentic Nerds Don't Yield. I'm just doing a quick review for X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 1. I'm going to be doing a review for the first 3 episodes in individual videos, and then following week I'll do Episode 4, and then kind of continuing on every week. So Season 2, I think, starts off great. I loved Season 1 so much. I thought it was a great continuation from the original 90s show. I grew up watching it, and it's one of my favorite animated shows ever. And I think this is a really good, approach at continuing something that, like, how do you even do this? This show's crazy how it is able to take something 30 years ago and make it like the same, if not better. Like it's great. It's so cool how they do this. They really know what they're doing with the characters and storylines and interweaving comic runs and everything. It's really cool. So I really love this show. Season 1 was probably my favorite Marvel thing that year. I forget how many years ago it was. It was like 2-3 years ago. I don't know. Time's fucked. But so the storyline is apocalypse focused. So we're doing that kind of Days of Future Past, and it's a good adaptation of it. So it's cool because they divide the team into 2 teams, one in the past, one in the future. And it's pretty much right after where we leave in the finale of season 1. So we got basically Apocalypse when he's ruling in Egypt, when he's like the first mutant and all that kind of storyline. Then we got Apocalypse in the future where he's like ruled everything and he's basically won. And the the mutant genocide and all that stuff has taken place, but we haven't really seen any of that yet. So we'll see what they do with it. So the first episode is all in the past and then a bit in the present time. So one thing I really liked was that the 2 mutants that we see initially that aren't there in the past or future are Forge and Bishop. So they kind of are the guys basically being clutch, saving the day. So they send themselves to the past and the future. So Forge goes to the past. Storm's there, so that's kind of a cool way to continue their storyline from the last season where they're having a romantic relationship. And I like that. I like Storm. I love Forge. Forge is one of my favorite X-Men. And then so we immediately see Forge meet up with Wolverine, Savage Wolverine. So initially I didn't know where they were going to go with this. They kind of skipped past some stuff I would like to see with Wolverine because he gets the adamantium taken out of him by Magneto. So that was pretty cool, but I appreciated the way that they went back to like bone claws and like made him look, like a wild animal. So that was sick, and he had a cool action scene. Definitely want more of that. But I also like that in the X-Men show they don't focus on Wolverine a lot because obviously the movies do, but there's so much more to the X-Men than Wolverine. And I would say my favorite thing in this episode, like there was a lot, but I love Scott, like Cyclops, how he's like, he and this happened in the first season where he's just super stoic and like masculine and like a good leader. And in this season, we're getting more of the like paternal side of him. Obviously, we had a bit of that, but we didn't get to see it because he wasn't present with Nathan Cable. So I think that'll be a big theme in this season is like the paternal instinct and just overall, teaching your kid to be the best person they can be and to give them the future they deserve. So I love that. And like Jean's all obviously awesome in it too. But I obviously as a man resonate a lot with Scott and his leadership. And I think like Captain America is one of my favorite characters, and Cyclops is a pretty close second in terms of that ideology. It's not so much a patriotic thing. It's just more about being a good man, being a good leader. And I really love that. And his action scenes are dope too. They got the optic blast action like to a T. So I really like that. Suit designs I think are pretty sick. I definitely miss the traditional like Uncanny X-Men looks, but they're still kind of there in some of them. So that's okay. And I appreciate the they're in survival mode. So they're all wearing like additional things like scarves or, like leather jackets to like add on for like the climate and whatnot. So I think that looks cool. The whole Mother Viscani character. I don't know much about her, but I appreciate the like use of her as a tool for the storyline and the narrative. And she's also gave great exposition with why they're there, and she brought them there, and that's kind of her power and everything, that she can see through time and bring people through time. So I thought that was cool. Like even like the things that I don't really know about or don't really necessarily care about as much, I think they were great beats in the episode. So that being kind of one of them, I left that like with, oh cool, like that connected things really well. And then uh, yeah, another great scene that I loved was Scott and Gene and Nathan like tied up or like hooked up to the restraints and everything, and basically hyping up their son, who he doesn't know is their parents yet. So they kind of reveal that, but they kind of get Nathan to break them out, and the way Nathan does it is through like just sheer drive and motivation from Scott's speech. And I think it was cool because Scott like basically hyped himself and Gene up first by saying like your mom is the most like unstoppable like psychic mutant, and then I'm like unrivaled with my optic blast, and you're our son, so it's like you have to be dope. And he kind of obviously took that to heart and used it to drive him, and it was a fucking really cool scene. um, and then the storm storyline was pretty cool. uh, the solar storm stuff, I'm curious where that goes. Morph being Thor was fucking really cool. That got me pretty quick. Um, and then just more Nathan Summers stuff at the end. Him clearly being set up to be like a leader. I think that's also really great, and like it's a lot about him and who he's meant to be and who he needs to be. So I think him kind of being a centerpiece of the season is going to be great. I love Cable, and then the ending was sick. So like Cable in the 90s is like trying to put a team together to basically be the new kind of X-Men in a way, to like no one's in the 90s basically, so they need a team. So he recruits Psylocke and Angel, or Archangel, but it's more Angel I guess now. And it's fucking sick. I love it. Oh, they're the best characters. They pick such good characters for the season. I'm so excited. One character didn't really see much of is Nightcrawler, who I love, but he was there. He'll have more screen time for sure. But no, I love this episode. I would give this like a high 9 out of 10. It was a really good start. Yeah, like 9.5 out of 10. First episode, fucking loved it. So yeah, keep watching. I'll post the next one very shortly. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching the channel.